Good morning and welcome in to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. This is the earliest 10 o'clock news in the Chicagoland area. We're going to start off the show like we normally do here and give us a weather update for everything. Currently in the Fox River Valley, we're sitting at 56 degrees. We're going to get all the way up to a high of 66 and that low of 55. Real feel for the day is still going to be just a degree under at 65. West-southwest winds at 18 to 16 miles per hour. When you're looking at Thursday, that's the 66 side. Tomorrow, high is going to end up being 63 with a low of 45. Partly cloudy. That partly cloudiness carries over into Saturday, where we get a few more degrees back up to 66 for our high, with a 43 as our low. Pollen index currently sitting at grass is low, weeds is high, trees are absent, and mold is moderate. Highest UV index that we're going to end up today is going to happen at noon and 2. That's going to be a high UV index of 5. I want to give a shout out to our good buddy Tom sitting out there taking care of Douglas Street for us. A fantastic person out there making sure that it's all nice and clean, and the city of Elgin and WRMN thanks him. Good to see you there, buddy. Good morning to you. And good morning to you, listener, as well. We want to wish you all good luck as we read yesterday's lottery numbers. Remember, if I do give you some of those numbers that win, kick on over to WRMN. WRMN1410.com. Best way to go to find out about First Responders Fest. So good luck to everybody. Here are yesterday's lottery numbers. Midday pick 3 ended up being 636 with a kicker of 5. Midday pick 4 ends up at 6245 with a 6 on there. We've also got the evening pick 3 at 905 with a kicker of 8. Evening pick 4 comes in at 7292 with a 2 on that fireball. Midday lucky, all 5 numbers come in at 492. Let me reset that for you. That's 4, 9, 20, 33, and a 40. We've also got the evening lucky sitting at 5, 25, 29, 38, 41, and the Powerball now sitting at $1.4 billion. That is 3, 16, 29, 61, and 65. Geneva panel recommends over $5 million in electric, water, and sewer contracts. Geneva City Council panel has put forward recommendations for a major utility infrastructure contract totaling more than $5 million. These contracts aim to support expansion and upgrades across the electric system, water mains, and storm sewer cleaning and televising. The consideration of such significant investments underscores Geneva's commitment to bolstering its utility infrastructure and assuring reliable service and delivery to residents, says the council. You can find more at Shaw Local. Later on in today's news, we've got Aurora broadband budget. We've also got a plane that overshot the Chicago executive runway. And we've got news on the Tap House Grill in Algonquin. So first, let's get to our story about the no injuries when plane overshoots Chicago executive runway. A small jet overshot a runway while landing Wednesday at Chicago Executive Airport in Wheeling and crashed through a perimeter fence, stopping just short of Heinz Road. The plane didn't hit any cars and no one was hurt. Deputy Police Chief Michael Conway said. "We're very, very fortunate," he added. The twin-engine Gulfstream G150 is owned by Arthur J. Gallagher, risk management insurance company of Rolling Meadows, Federal Aviation records indicate. A company spokesman couldn't be reached on Wednesday. The jet, which is based at Chicago Executive, was coming in from Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport, Conway said. 2 pilots were the only occupants. A little after noon, the jet was landing on a north-south runway on the north side of the airport property when it went off the pavement onto the grass and blasted through the fence. It stopped, quote, right at the curb of Heinz Road, Conway said. The tip of the plane's nose could be seen extending slightly over the road's gutter near the road's eastbound lanes. Safety equipment at the end of the runway kept the plane from going further, according to Airport News release. While Heinz eastbound lanes were temporarily shut down, the westbound lanes remained open to traffic. Orange traffic cones kept passing cars away from the jet and emergency vehicles parked on the road. The runway used by the plane shut down after the crash. Normal operations at Chicago Executive were expected to resume later Wednesday, according to airport officials. Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating. Before we head over to break, Elgin once again is alerting residents of elevated lead levels. The city officials have issued a renewed warning that water samples from vulnerable homes and businesses exceeded the federally defined lead action level of 15 parts per billion during routine testing earlier this year. 48 out of 100 samples surpassed the threshold, though this marks the improvement compared to late 2024 when 67 samples did. The city attributes the problem not to source water quality, but likely to aging lead service lines. Approximately 8,900 households in Elgin still rely on the legacy lines. Since 2018, nearly 2,800 such service lines have been replaced, including 350 so far in 2025. City officials emphasize the ongoing importance of replacing outdated infrastructure and public health. You may have seen one of these flyers in your mail recently. Go ahead and read all of it, and if you have any questions, reach out to the city. You can find more information at elginil.gov. Thank you, City of Elgin, as we take care of those lead pipes. They are doing a fantastic job getting those cleaned up and replaced. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Aurora broadband budget and Tap House in Algonquin closes. More here on WRMN's 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by Member's Choice. This institution is not federally insured.
Theriault Booth, a leading local law firm, is located on the beautiful Fox River in downtown St. Charles. Here's Ryan Theriault.
For better or worse, there are just times people need a lawyer. Whether you are involved in a work injury, in an automobile crash, selling a home, or even planning for your estate after your passing, we're here. We're local. We're part of the community.
For more information, visit them on the web at tbfirm.com or give them a call at 630-526-4242.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. I'm Dennis Green. Aurora Mayor John Lesh is shaking up OnLight Aurora, saying the fiber optic broadband service was mismanaged, its funds, and is deep in debt. He questioned more than $337,000 in marketing expenses that the former chairman of the city afflated not-for-profit paid since 2018. They said there is little to show for the money that was spent. A list of expenses includes $7,000 on what the mayor called adult entertainment and $50,973 in debt card withdrawals at ATMs on OnLight's former chairman. The not-for-profit entity is $1 million in debt, Leish told city council members Tuesday night. He said it is operating at a monthly deficit of $27,000. The mayor is quoted to say, currently, we, the OnLight board, have about enough oxygen to get to the end of the month. Alderman Ted Maciasco said stunned, that's an understatement there, after Leish's presentation. How are we going to find out what really happened? OnLight was created in 2012 in the administration of then Mayor Thomas Weisner. The idea was to provide affordable high-speed internet to the City of Aurora facilities and also rent standards to commercial and nonprofit users such as hospitals and schools. The mayor of Aurora and the city's chief information officer are automatically part of OnLight's board, and there's one spot reserved for an alderman. There's also a spot for 4 outside people. Alderman at large Keith Larson, who is a software engineer, has been placed on the board. Leish did not name the former chairman. The chairman quit his city job in late May after Leish took office. OnLight has lost 12 clients since 2018 and brought in 1, according to Leish. The mayor has replaced OnLight staff, which he said were paid salaries totaling $201,000 with a volunteer director over the next several months. Miaskos said that the late alderman Bob O'Connor once asked, as a member of the city council's finance committee, for OnLight's financial records. City staff told O'Connor that the records would have to be obtained from the mayor's office. For more information, go ahead and find that at the Daily Herald, where you can read this paper for today for as low as $4 a week on the digital side. We move over to Algonquin, where the Tap House Grill in Algonquin closes. The restaurant in Algonquin Commons permanently closed its doors on Tuesday. A Facebook page from the restaurant said, "It's with a heavy heart that we announce that we have to permanently close the tap house Algonquin. We loved our time here and being a part of the community. We truly appreciate all of the loyalty and memories." The American Pub-style franchise restaurant and bar, located at 1508 South Randall Road, is one of the few remaining locations in the area. The Oswego location shut its doors in February, and Plainfield suddenly closed down last year. Locations in Lamont and Palatine remain open, according to Facebook pages. Tap House Grill opened a few years after Algonquin Commons was purchased by California-based Red Mountain Group Incorporated in 2021. The company planned to invest $90 million to transfer the center into an entertainment and shopping venue featuring a playground, open space, and a 2-story venue building. But those plans for use never came to fruition, and Red Mountain Group put the shopping center up for sale last year. Representatives at the Tap House Grill could not be immediately reached for comment by the Daily Herald. We're currently sitting at 56 degrees here in the Fox River Valley. We're going to get a high of 66 on this sunny day, slightly breezy, with a low of 55 coming our way. When we come back, we've got more local focus here on the 10 o'clock news.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
The Live Like Roo Foundation is a 501c3 charitable organization that assists owners and their pets through a cancer diagnosis by providing financial and emotional support. In memory of a dog named Roo, the foundation helps local shelters and rescuers by sponsoring animals with cancer who do not yet have a forever home. Live Like Roo is a beacon of light during a dark time. For support for your pet or to donate or volunteer, please go to livelikeRoo.org. Again, livelikeRoo.org.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. A pedestrian died Tuesday night after being struck by a car while crossing a road near Des Plaines, police said. The 83-year-old man was crossing Potter Road near West Gulf Road shortly after 8 p.m. when he was hit by a vehicle headed north, Cook County Sheriff's Police said. The man was taken to Advocate Lutheran General Hospital in Park Ridge, but couldn't be saved. He was pronounced dead about 8:30 p.m. Sheriff's Police are investigating, and no additional information was available. The Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg will host the inaugural Tamagotchi USA Road Trip pop-up Saturday and Sunday in its Grand Court. The event follows the iconic virtual pet brand's latest device launch, Tamagotchi Paradise, including a Tamagotchi shop packed with the most in-demand devices. The immersive event is aimed at fans of all ages. Guests can both try and buy the new Tamagotchi Paradise, as well as limited edition releases of the Strawberry Pearl Milk Connection and a very special exclusive Tamagotchi Destinations. Attendees will also participate in games inspired by fan favorite devices, customize cases and charms for their favorite Tamagotchi cells, meet with beloved Metkachi IRL, and more. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. September 7th, and belay that, it runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. September 6th and 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. September 7th. Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency in Elgin reminds everyone that the blood you donate gives someone another chance at life. Someday that someone might be a friend, a loved one, or even you. So please give blood and give the gift of life. This message courtesy of Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency at 17 Douglas Avenue in Elgin. Trust their years of experience for all of your insurance needs. Call Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency at 847-942-5204. That's 847-942-5204. We are now 16 days, 7 hours, 31 minutes, and 41 seconds away from America's First Responders Fest, happening in downtown Hampshire, Saturday, September 20th. This will be rain or shine event, as the First Responders Recognition Stage will be going on throughout the entire event, starting at 1 p.m. Also, live entertainment by Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Mixed Company Band, and Canyon Arrow Light featuring Tim and Joe. It wouldn't be an event here in the Fox River Valley without a classic car show. This one presented by the Gilbert Eagles Club 1047. Vendor booths, food trucks, kids' activities, and more. Proceeds, including those for the 50-50 raffle, go to Canines for Veterans, Illinois Peer Support Team, Fire and Police, and True Patriots Care. Find more information at WRMN1410.com. More news on the way here at WRMN's 10 o'clock news. It is 57 degrees in the Fox River Valley.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. On Tuesday, President Donald Trump said that he will direct federal law enforcement intervention to combat crime in Chicago and Baltimore, despite staunch opposition from state and local officials in both cities. Asked by reporters in the Oval Office about sending National Guard troops to Chicago, Trump said, quote, "We're going in," but added, "I didn't say when." Trump has already sent National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. and federalized the police force in the nation's capital. More recently, he has said he plans similar moves in other cities. The president praised Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser for working with federal forces, but criticized Democratic Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who has said crime in Chicago doesn't require federal intervention. Authorities confirmed an officer-involved shooting in Carpentersville late Thursday. The Daily Herald reports Carpentersville police were called to the 100 block of Woodland Court around 10:45 p.m. Thursday, where preliminary investigative findings indicate that a man armed with a firearm was shot by law enforcement officers who had responded to the scene. COVID-19. The man was hospitalized and authorities did not release his condition. Authorities said Kane County Major Crimes Task Force is investigating, and the result of the probe will be turned over to the Kane County State's Attorney's Office for an independent review. A new Illinois law will create a task force to analyze how the COVID-19 pandemic impacted chronic absence of students. The group will identify strategies and approaches to help families, teachers, principals, and superintendents address chronic absence for K-12 students. Mosquito traps have tested positive for West Nile virus in Naperville, prompting officials to urge residents to take precautions against the virus. The traps, which yielded positive test results in late August, are located on Jackson Avenue and Olison Drive. DuPage County saw this year's first human case of West Nile virus in Glen Ellen in mid-July. Will County also saw the season's first human case of West Nile virus in mid-July in a man in his 60s from Bolingbrook. If you suspect you have been infected with West Nile virus, seek medical attention as soon as possible. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly sunny with a high near 67. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 53, temperatures rising to around 56 overnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 64. Looking ahead to Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 66. Currently, it is 55 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Welcome back to the WRMN 10 o'clock news. It is 34 past the hour. We're sitting at 57 degrees with a high of now 65 there on the high degree meter. Lowest is going to end up being 54. Tomorrow is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 44. Naperville approves a 203 new contract for teachers. Naperville District 203 teachers will see an average salary increase of 19.67% over the next 4 years, according to a new contract. School board members voted 6-0 to approve the contract Wednesday. Board members Melissa Kelly Black was not present for the vote. The contract was also approved by Naperville Unit Education Association, which represents more than 1,500 educators in the district. According to a news release from the district, the contract provides a combination base of an average step increase of 5.92% this school year and a 4.46% for the 2026 and 27 school year. Base increases in in years 3 and 4 will be determined by the Consumer Price Index, but cannot be lower than 2%. The average step increase will be 2% in those years. In a news release, the Naperville Unit Education Association noted that the base salaries will increase by 3.85% this school year and by 2.5% next school year. The union noted that the step increases have long been established and are awarded for longevity. Additionally, the new contract removes any language referring to the controversial Innovative School Experience proposal, which would have introduced block scheduling at high school and middle school levels and adjusted start and end times across all grade levels. The contract, however, does give the board authority to determine the class schedule and the student attendance day. From the NUEA president, Ross Berkeley, together with the community, we ensured that our students will continue to benefit from the school day structure that has long supported both learning and our community maintaining the consistency and support our teachers provide. Ross Berkeley, president of NUEA, continued, our efforts also secured more competitive wages for our hardworking educators who are committed to building strong students, strong schools, and a strong community. The new contract also increases hourly rates for professional learning, summer teaching, and curriculum development by $3 to $11 an hour. The rate for internal substitutions also increases from $29 to $48 an hour. School Board President Charles Cush says the contract provides competitive wages and keeps District 203 teachers among the highest paid in the state. He went on to say, our teachers play a critical role in making us an exemplary school district. I believe this agreement directly reflects how highly we value our educators, and it ensures our students will continue to receive the world-class education they deserve. Representatives from NUEA and the district began negotiations for a new contract in February. The former contract expired at the end of June, and the teachers started the school year without a new contract. Both sides reached a tentative agreement on August 22nd, just days before the August 26th strike date. Naperville parent Colleen Myerscough said in a news release from the NUEA, we are so happy to see our educators be respected and valued with this contract. Now they can fully concentrate on what they do best, educating our kids. You're listening to the 10 o'clock news here on WRMN, but there are other programs that you can listen to and be a part of. Coming up after this show, we've got Out to Lunch with Matt McNeil. Continuing our coverage here in the local area, a police officer suffered minor injuries from smoke inhalation at a house fire early Tuesday morning that left a Mundelein home uninhabitable. No other injuries were reported. Firefighters were called to the two-story single-family home on the 500 block of Shady Lane just before 3:20 a.m. The fire was located in the rear of the home, and it took nearly 40 minutes to bring the blaze under control. No damage estimate was available, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation. Before we go to break, we're headed over to Hanover Township, where they've won an award. The Government Finance Officers Association has presented Hanover Township with the Outstanding Achievement in Popular Annual Finance Reporting, PAFR, award for a second consecutive year. Hanover is the only township in Illinois to be listed as the GFOA Triple Crown winner, having previously received the association's Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting and the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for fiscal year 24. My name is Dennis Green. You're listening to the WRMN News. We are now sitting at 58 degrees on a sunny day here at 41 past the hour. Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
They were best friends, inseparable in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain, wind, weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd, is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire. Loyalty. Pass it on from PassItOn.com.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to WRMN. This is the 10 o'clock news. I want to tell you a little bit about our neighbors next door. Steep and Clay family-owned tea house and pottery studio at 8 Douglas Avenue in downtown Elgin, offering a curated selection of globally sourced loose leaf tea and handcrafted oven and dishwasher safe ceramics. Tea tastings are held most Sundays at 10 a.m. to noon. Visit steepinclay.com for more. As we run down the rest of the news today, we're headed on over to Naperville, where the Naperville Council is going to vote on appointing Supna Jain to a vacant spot. Naperville City Council members are slated to vote this month to appoint a school board member in Indian Prairie Unit District 204 to a vacant seat on their panel. The city announced Wednesday that the council directed staff to add a resolution to the September 16th meeting agenda, appointing Supna Jain to the empty seat. If the resolution is passed, Jane, now the school board's vice president, will be immediately sworn in. Jane was first elected to the District 204 board in 2021 and won re-election this past April. She is the principal lecturer in communication and media studies at North Central College in Naperville. A second-generation Indian American, wife and mom up to 2 teenage boys. She holds a law degree from DePaul University. Jane also teaches Indian dance at the Naperville Park District and is the founder and artistic director of a nonprofit dance troupe. Jane said in a statement released by the city, "I've expressed my belief in the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. I will miss serving on the school board, but I am thrilled to have this opportunity to put a new twist on that proverb and help build a strong future for this amazing city, our village, so that all residents can thrive." The opening was created by the resignation of Allison Logdenbaugh, who stepped down after more than 2 years in the role. At her last council meeting last month, Logdenbaugh said she is taking a private sector position that does not allow her to serve in public office. Logdenbaugh said, "I hope it's clear just how much of myself I've put into this role. I've tried to be present and available as much as possible because I love serving the community." Jane would complete the remaining 18 months left in the council's term. Headed on over to Aurora again. An Aurora teen was charged with attempted robbery, assaulting a 70-year-old man. A 17-year-old Aurora boy is facing charges after police say he assaulted a 70-year-old man while trying to rob him on August 28th, officials say. According to a news release from Aurora Police, the 70-year-old man told police the teen demanded money from him around 11:15 p.m. on the 200 block of West Galena Boulevard. The teen then struck him about the face and head even after he was on the ground. The man was finally able to get away and call the police. He was then taken to Mercy Medical Center, where he was treated for a broken eye socket. Officers used the man's description of the teenager and his location to find him, and they captured the boy after a short-foot pursuit. He is charged with aggravated battery, resisting a peace officer, attempted robbery, and aggravated battery to a person over 60. The teen currently is being held at Kane County Juvenile Justice Center. The incident is under investigation, and anyone with information is asked to call the Aurora Police Department Investigations Division at 630-256-5500. Currently sitting at 58 degrees on this sunny day. We're sitting at 59 past the hour. My name is Dennis Green. You are listening to the WRMN 10 o'clock news.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
The WRMN 10 o'clock news. We're now sitting at 51 past the hour. I apologize for my slip up earlier in the show. We are now coming up to 58 degrees on this sunny day on the Fox River Valley. We move over to Batavia, where the Batavia alderman is resigning. Batavia is looking for a new 7th Ward alderman as Alderman Sarah Vogelsinger is resigning. Mayor Jeff Schlichke, apologize for that, Mayor, announced Tuesday at the city council meeting. Vogelsinger said she is doing so due to increased obligations to her family because her husband is working more hours at his job. Vogelsinger said, "It was a really hard decision. I have thoroughly enjoyed the time here, learning from all the experts on topics that come before the council." Vogelsinger was elected in 2021 and reelected in April. The council will accept her resignation at its next meeting. People interested in being appointed to the seat can submit resumes and letters of application to the mayor's office. The 7th Ward serves the far west and southwest side of the city. When we head back on over as we close out here for our weather forecast, today is, of course, the high is going to be around 65 with a real feel of that 65, according to AccuWeather. Tonight, we're going to get a low of 56, but a cooler real feel sitting at 50 because those southwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 66 with a low of 48 with that 67 degrees of that real feel for the high. Saturday, sun and some clouds with a high of 68, 48 with the low, and a real feel of 68. Milder winds than Friday, coming in at the west from 7 to 14 miles per hour. Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency in Elgin reminds everyone that the blood you donate gives someone another chance at life. Someday, that someone might be a friend, a loved one, or even you. So please give blood and give the gift of life. This message courtesy of Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency at 17 Douglas Avenue here in Elgin. Trust their years of service and experience for all of your insurance needs. Call Linda Ramirez Insurance Agency at 847-942-5204. That's 847-942-5204. As we come down to the end of this episode today, we want to run down just a few of the quick things and birthdays that we've got sitting here for the day. Singer Sonny Charles of the Checkmates LTD is 85. We've also got singer Meryl Bubba Knight of Gladys Knight and the Pips is 83. TV personality Dr. Jan with the incredible Dr. Pol is 83. Jennifer Salt from Soap is 81. Bassist Ronald LePred from the Commodores is 75. Actor Judith Ivey is 74. Drummer Martin Chambers from the Pretenders is also 74. We've got a few other birthdays that are headed around the world, but make sure that you check out the Daily Herald for all of that side. As we close out, we've got one more national story, how Radiohead is set to return after 7 years. The band is to play 20 shows. This comes from the AP. Something is in the water in England, and after a summer defined by the Oasis reunion, yet another beloved British rock band is set to return to the live stage, Radiohead. The band, made up of vocalist Tom York, guitarist and keyboardist Johnny Greenwood, and guitarist Ed O'Brien, bassist Colin Greenwood, and drummer Phil Selway, have 20 shows on the books, taking place in 5 cities across Europe: Madrid, London, Copenhagen, Berlin, this November and December. They will perform 4 nights in each city. Radiohead last performed in 2018 in support of their last album, A Moon-Shaped Pool. Don't forget, we are 16 days, 7 hours, 2 minutes, and 31 seconds away from America's First Responders Fest, happening in downtown Hampshire from 1 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, September 20th. The Classic Car Show, presented by Gilbert's Eagles Club, 1047, vendor booths, food trucks, kids' activities, and, of course, stage presentations. Those stage presentations of first responders recognition, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Mixed Company Band, and Canyon Arrow Light featuring Tim and Joe. Find more information at WRMN1410.com. Just click AFR Fest on the top line or call 847-741-7700. This has been the WRMN 10 o'clock news. Stick around for Out to Lunch with Matt McNeil. My name is Dennis Green, and I'll see you tomorrow.